Right, today we're going to be having a look at the Pilum left shoulder sling pack by Vanquest. Now, if you want to see a review on this video, this isn't for you, okay? All this is going to be is my thoughts and opinions looking over this as a piece of kit fit for the field for us preppers. Okay, so let's have a closer look. Right, here we are, a nice bit of a zoom in shot of the pack itself. Now, I don't know about you guys, but when I spend money, good money, I want good quality, okay? Now, you can get packs very similar to this for maybe a quarter of the price, but what you'll probably find is you won't get the quality of build, okay? Before we go any further, it's very good, in my opinion, to have something for everyone. Right up from a £1 backpack to a £1,000 backpack, okay? The most important thing for me is choice. As long as there's choice for everyone, everyone's happy. So let's get on to it. One of the things that does wind me up when I'm spending money on good quality kit is things aren't straight. Things appear to be rushed, okay? Now, I've just got a straight edge here. I just use this to brush stuff off my bench, etc. Everything you see is straight, okay? And that's very important, including the stitching, the zips. Obviously, this has been well made, all right? It's not just been thrown together. It's just all over the place, and it's cost a lot of money. Now, as you can see by this, it actually bends round, so it's not going to be straight. But with the design of the pack, that will become more apparent why it's like that as we go on. Now, the things I like about this immediately, as I just said, was straightness. Everything seems quality done. Is zips that are covered over like this. Now, if you're going to be spending time outdoors, you're open to the elements, obviously. Now, the last thing you want is a pack with exposed zips. If you have a pack which has all the exposed zips, you really do need to waterproof every single thing inside, okay? So if you've got a pack with 20 different zips all over it and they're all open, every single pocket behind that zip will need a waterproof bag, because if you're hunting around in torrential downpours for an extended period of time, your precious kit, and kit is very precious, inside is going to get ruined, alright? So to have these zips that are sealed are brilliant. I really do like that. And while we're on the subject of zips, these here have a hole in. Now what that does is once you close it, you can put a padlock through there and secure it. So if you've got anything valuable in there, it's pretty much secure, right? Now, another thing of security is these zips like this, they're harder to get into. Now, some of you may not know, I haven't got one close to hand, but if you just got a regular zip, which is open, all you need to do is to have a bog standard biro pen, push it in the zip and it opens. Okay, there's so many thefts at airports, okay, from hand luggage which have zips which aren't like this, they're just bog standard zips, okay, and they haven't got lockable portions on. Something like this, of course you can break into it, but it will take a bit more time to do rather than a bog standard backpack or a suitcase with normal zips. They're going to be the ones preferred by the thief, okay? So it just puts them off a little bit, and hopefully they're going to leave this pack and go on to something else because it's easy to get into. So zips, security and waterproofness I do like about this kit. And while we're on the subject of waterproofness, the material made on these are absolutely fantastic. Now, if you're not aware, let me see if I can get it on here. This company here called Dura, one of the best durable pieces of material you can get to protect your kit. Now, I believe this is 1000 Cordura, which is pretty much right at the top of the range for hard use quality material, okay? You can put that around your car tyre and drive it for a mile, okay, in any terrain. You can do that with just a cheap backpack material, and you see the difference. This is hard use, okay? This is going to be aimed pretty much at military, hard use, law enforcement, etc. Something which you're going to be issued with, and it's going to be really built for hard use. If you just want to go walking around in the woods taking photographs of wildlife and that's it, this probably isn't for you. You can use your money better spent on lenses, etc. In my opinion, okay, this is just my opinions. So this elasticated shock cord is a nice idea for attaching emergency kit quickly, you've got to pack up quick, jam it in there. Personally, I do not like this. If this was mine, I would take this off. I'm just not a fan of this. It stretches over time if you have something in there for a while. Sometimes it's a bit of a faff to get it quickly. It's just a bit of a hindrance to me personally, so I'm not a fan of this. Alright, that pretty much concludes this. Obviously you've got MOLLE. If you want to take this off, you can attach stuff to it if you wanted to. Speaking of attaching stuff, you can do the same to the side. If you want, you can put pouches onto that for external stuff. Now for me personally, as I say, this video is all about my opinions on this pack. Alright, I'm not selling it to you. My opinions is, if you're going to be using a hard use pack for a shit of the hand scenario, you really want to steer away from having any kit pouches attached to the outside of your pack. Try to keep anything that's going to get tangled, so you're going to lose this. Get rid of it, okay? Any pouches you want to put on the side, first aid, water bottles, get rid of them. Keep them all in one smooth pack. If you are being chased by someone and you're running through heavy woodland or an urban environment, etc., anything, and I mean anything, that could risk you getting caught up in something, slowing you down, your attackers or assailants getting closer to you is a bad thing. So to eliminate that risk, you just keep it simple. All of your kit should be inside. My opinion is do not put any pouches whatsoever on the outside. So for me, all this MOLLE stuff, you know, that to me is just another way you can get caught up in like heavy woodland, okay? So MOLLE I'm not a fan of, that I'm not a fan of. Okay, obviously you've got MOLLE on there. Moving around on the back, personally I'm not a fan of the single strap. What tends to happen is if you really load this pack up, it's uncomfortable, and I know they've tried their best. They really have made the design as comfortable as possible by having these harnesses attached to it. It's all quick release, it's all lovely, and it is good quality, well made kit. Okay, it's not cheap. There's nothing scrimped in this at all. Even the material here is like really hard use seatbelt type material. Okay, and this is a nice touch as well. You either love it or hate it. Personally, I'm not a fan of this. If I want to get my pack off, I want to do it quickly. No messing around. Quickly, you can't. You got to squeeze that, push that down and squeeze it, so you need two hands to operate it. Okay, so there's pros and cons about this system. If it's a well-made buckle, which it is, I don't really see the point of having an extra secure tab on there. It just makes it a bit longer to open up and to use, and of course you need two hands. If you're hanging onto something and you need to ditch the pack, what are you going to do? Let go, drop? No, you want one hand operation. So for me, I'm not really a fan of that, if I'm honest. But what I am a fan of is this. The stitching is reinforced big time around there. Something like that is a weak point, so it does need reinforcing. You do see some packs that just have just a little square around there, and if you pulled it hard enough, long enough, that will fray and come apart. Now obviously the stitching is very important as well. The stitching used on this is very good from what I've researched, which is a big bonus, because you will find some pieces of kit and equipment which looks amazing, but the stitching is rubbish. Now I don't want to mention any names, Helicon, but they got fantastic products for a really reasonable price, but the stitching on some of their items is absolutely dire. You know, I tried on a camo fleece from them, and within 2 seconds of putting it on, I felt all of the threads pull on my back, just literally fell apart. So the stitching on this is very, very good, so that's a definite plus point. Okay, you've got so many attachment points. As I said earlier, personally I'm not a fan of having extra kit clipped all over you. But if you do need to do something emergency, something like that is good. I do like that. It does seem very well made, and it's not got a lot of room in there to wriggle around and to turn, and they have reinforced the stitching along there as well, so that is going to be built to last. If you want a hydration bladder, you can secure it with Velcro, nice, quick and simple, so that's not a bad idea. The belt underneath there is all padded as well, it's nice and soft, so if you have got that full out of ammo and water, etc., it's going to be very heavy. Any padding that you can get on this is good. Now the padding on that section is wonderful, I really do like that. Now I've got some packs that the foam is so dense and so hard, it is painful to wear, especially if you're just wearing t-shirts in the summer and you're doing a long yomp or a tab or a walk. It will dig in and it will be very painful. This is excellent, and I think what they've done is the foam is they've rounded it on the edges. It's got no sharp straight edge like the Berghaus Centurio 30 pack that I've got. That's very uncomfortable. This is very comfortable, and it's got mesh lined so it's all ventable, so that is excellent. As is the back, it's very comfortable, and it's just got the right amount of give on there. Okay, it's not too soft like a memory foam, it's just rubbish. It's not too rock hard, it's like a Goldilocks foam, it's just right. So that's a plus point. What else is there? You've got a grab handle on here. It's nice to have a grab handle, I guess, to transport it, but I don't think it's essential. And I'm not really keen on the idea of why they've stitched it on the outside there. To me, it looks like it's the wrong way around. I don't know if it's just me. But just small details, and I'm just giving you my views and opinions in it, okay? Now, it's got attachment points underneath. Now, what I said earlier about I'm not a fan of stuff being attached to the outside of a pack. If you do need to put something, the only place I would put it would be underneath. So to have that mounting option underneath is a plus point, okay? That's one of the only places that I would mount something, would be underneath out of the way, okay? You don't want anything that's going to snag you. Right, now I do like the idea of pulls on your zips. It's just nice and quick. If it's cold, you've got gloves on and you've just got a tiny piece of metal. This is a lot easier. You just grab the end and you're in, okay? Nice and simple. Now, to get access to anything in there is good. Now, this pretty much goes around this area here, so anything you want to put in there that size will be accommodated, okay? But now this is the thing that does concern me about packs like this, not this particular one but all packs like this. It's all well and good having all of these internal zips and storage spaces, but it only really works if you're storing stuff that's flat. Now be honest, how many pieces of kit and equipment do you have that's nice and flat and easy to store away, which isn't going to bulk? If you're going to start throwing stuff like this in there, all of a sudden it's just going to be a mess, and inside it's going to limit the space inside to put stuff. So these packs for me only work if you're going to be putting loads of little flat items in there. You know, that's perfect, but you really do have to think exactly what you're going to put in certain pockets, okay? That really is important. Now for this, it's got high vis, so if it's getting dark you can see easier, okay? It's not the be all and end all, it's not perfect, but it's a lot easier to see inside if you've got high colour, especially high vis inside, alright? So for low light conditions, that is a bonus. And I don't know if you can see that, but you've got a massive big strip of Velcro in there. So you can get these little systems that they sent me as well to put in there, and you can attach kit and you can rip the system out. But again, you know, it's going to be bulky and it's going to be a bit tricky to pack. So Velcro in there for options if you're really on the move. It's not going to be moving around everywhere because it's secure, alright? And inside, now look at this. This is what I'm saying about these pouches, okay? These are great providing all of the stuff you've got in there is small and thin, alright? Now you can put all sorts of different items in there which doesn't take up a lot of room, like lighters, etc. It's fine, it's not really a problem. But it does become a problem, as I say, when you go to put bigger items in there, okay? These are just items to hand, it's not planned, okay? So the more stuff you put in there, and then you're going to be putting other stuff behind there, okay? All of a sudden, that's taken up loads of space, outwards and inwards, okay? So eventually, if you fill up all of your pockets like this, all outside, inside, you're going to be left with I don't know, probably 80% give or take of possible space left, alright, because you've used it up because the big bulky items are taking up the space, alright. So we take out them. Pens, obviously, I guess you can put a tactical pen in there, lighters, all sorts of things. If you want to put your keys in there, something like that is a good idea, okay, so stop getting it all lost. And I do like the way that these zips move very freely as well, that is excellent. So, let's get it back down here. And open it up. Now obviously this is stuff that I'm giving away in my contest. So let's take that out. Okay, now all the kit's removed, what we've got left is all of these panels, and I say it's all high vis, so as you know, when it's dark and you're in the woods and you don't really want to get torches out all the time, because all torches are going to do is give your position away. If I do use a torch, it's going to be on red, it's going to be very low lumens, just enough to see what I need. Okay, the last thing I want is a great big powerful head torch. Okay, it's just going to, here I am, and within a amount of time someone's going to be advanced from your position, you could be in big problems. So low light stuff. Now all these are designed to do, as you probably guessed, is you've got a big Velcro panel here, and you can just stick them on there to modulate your kit. Now for me, sometimes I prefer just the bog standard simple idea of one big compartment and nothing gets lost. But if you've really organised your kit and you're happy with it and you know exactly what you're going to take, stuff like this is brilliant because it will stop it all getting mixed around. Okay, you can have it, you can get to your kit easy. So this in a sense is good. You've got options, and options are always good. You've got a nice big compartment, throw it all in there, zip it up, happy days. Or you can compartmentalise your kit inside it. So to have the option is good. Personally, I probably wouldn't use it. If I did, I might just have one little section up there for a first aid kit, so it doesn't get mixed up, as an idea. But you know, the pockets and stuff you get on these things are unbelievable. They really are. But as I keep saying, and I'll probably say it a few more times, this system only works if you're storing stuff that's flat. All right. Now you could have small bits of clothing and fold them up flat like a t-shirt and put it in there carefully. If you just screw up and throw it in there, it's going to bulk out. It's going to be a nightmare. Right, but I don't want to keep going on about that. So having these little panels in there to separate your kit as an option is good. All right. You've got pouches all over the place. Now personally, if I'm honest, I prefer a backpack which hasn't got all of these pockets all over it. Okay. Because if you're using this as a go bag or a get home bag and you don't use it that often, the chances are when you really need it, you're going to forget where everything is. You're going to forget, God, where did I put that torch? Was it in that one? Was it in there? Was it in there? Was it up there? Was it on the side? It's crazy. Okay. Now what I'm trying to do with my own bug out bag is one big backpack, and every single pouch is its own use. One pouch of first aid, one pouch of firelighting, one pouch for food, one patch for clothes, and I'm just going to label up each pouch. So quickly I open it up, that's what I need. I'm not going to be going, oh God, I thought it was in there, or was it in there, or was it in there? I don't want to be doing that. So if you're on set dementia, forget packs like this. If you're young and your memory's spot on, man, this pack is definitely for you. Okay, so we're taking out these pouches. Now you can put, if you wanted to, a laptop or a tablet or whatever you want to call it in there. So that's quite a nice idea. It keeps it all secure and it separates it from the rest of your kit. And you've got loops there to secure stuff as well. They really have thought out multi-carry options in this. Now it is a bit strange where it's not a straight line, it goes around. Okay, I'm not sure why they've done that, but I think what it is when you're carrying it over your shoulder and this is looking down at it, okay, you can just get access to this point, so you just open that bit and get in there. I think that's what its design purpose was for that task. Alright, obviously you've got a big drainage hole in there, so if it does get soaking wet you hang it up and you're going to get most of the liquid out. Okay, that's a good idea. That's pretty much it. You've got a little hole there, if you can see, and the material sort of folds over each other, and that will prevent a lot of the rain, but it won't keep it watertight. Okay, if you've got heavy rain it could just seep in there, get your kit wet inside. Carry handle on the top, always a good idea to have a carry handle, and of course really reinforced so you can put so much weight in there and throw it around literally and it will not tear. Okay, very well made. And of course you've got another little loop carry option there if you want to just clip your carabiner with something on there if you so wish. So yeah, that's pretty much all we have for the bag. Alright, personally it's not for me, but there are lots of people out there who will absolutely love something like this. It's got so many versatile options in there, and for the size you will fit a lot of gear in there, and if you remember where it all is it will absolutely be a lifesaver. Okay, this happens to be on Coyote Tan. which is always nice. It's a nice neutral colour. It's not camouflage. It's not black. It's a nice little neutral colour if you're out and about in the woods, okay? That is pretty much my thoughts and opinions on it. As I said earlier, this bag I'm going to be giving away for free. What have we got now? In 3 days time. So there's still time to do a video entry to get yourself a chance. I think there's 11 or 12 video entries so far, which will be picked at random, and this will be sent anywhere around the world with the kit and equipment that you just briefly saw inside it. I'll put the link to that giveaway video underneath this. But for now, that is my thoughts and opinions, not a review at all, on this Pilum left shoulder sling pack in Coyote Tan by Vanquest. Thanks for watching, guys, and stay funky.